Ano ang isang random variable? Ano ang pinagkaiba ng isang random variable sa continuous random variable? At ano-ano ang mga possible values ng isang random variables? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Teacher Jorel and welcome to our online class. Upang ating maunawaan kung ano ang isang random variable, let us conduct this given experiment. This experiment is, we are going to toss 3 coins at the same time, and we are going to list all possible answers. Upang ating malaman kung ano ang mga possible answers na iyon, gamitin natin ang tree diagram na ito. Ang una natin ay ang first coin. Sa first coin, meron tayong 2 possible outcomes. Pwedeng lumabas head, pwedeng lumabas tail. Pagdating sa ating pangalawang coin, meron din tayong 2 possible outcome. Pwedeng head, pwedeng tail, at dito, meron din tayong head, meron ding tail. I-connect natin sila using an arrow. Pagdating sa pangatlong coin, meron din tayong 2 outcome. Head, tail. Connect natin. At meron pang head, tail. Para naman dito. Meron pang head, tail. Para naman dito. And lastly, merong head, tail, para sa last. Using this tree diagram, what are the possible outcomes? Head, head, head. Head, head, tail. Head, tail, head. Head, tail, tail. Tail, head, head. Tail, head, tail. At ang huli, tail, tail, tail. Using this tree diagram, we determined all possible outcomes in this experiment. Mula sa ating tree diagram kanina, na-obtain natin ang mga sumusunod na possible outcomes ng experiment na ito. Ngayon naman ay isulat natin sila sa isang set notation format. Let us assume that C is our experiment o yung pagtotos natin ng coin. And then, we are going to write all of these possible outcomes in a set notation format. Let's start with the first, H, H, H. H, H, T, H, T, H, H, T, 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 H, H, T, H, T, 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 H, and lastly, T, T, T. And then, i-close natin ang brace. Ang C ay experiment. At ano ang experiment natin? Nag-toss tayo ng 3 coins at determine natin kung ano yung mga possible outcomes. Ang lahat naman na ito ay tinatawag nating sample spaces. Ang sample spaces ang mga elements na nasa loob ng isang set. Mula sa ating possible outcomes, bilangin naman natin kung ilan ang lumabas na head sa bawat outcome. Pangalanan natin ang column na ito na number of heads or H. Sa unang outcome, ilan ang lumabas na head? 3. Sa pangalawang outcome, 2 ang lumabas na heads. Sa pangatlo, 2. Sa pang-apat, 1. Sa panlima, 2. Sa pang-anim, 1. Sa pang-pito, 1. At sa huli, walang lumabas na head. Kung isusulat natin sa set notation format ang column na ito, maaari natin itong isulat sa ganitong paraan. H, open brace, ano-ano ang mga elements or sample spaces ni H? Sila ay ang mga 0, 1, 2, at 3. 0, 1, 2, at 3. And then, close brace. Mula sa number of heads column natin kanina or H column, ganito na ang kanyang itsura kapag isinulat natin ito sa set notation format. Ngunit, hindi katulad ng experiment natin kanina, ang H dito ay hindi na lamang isang experiment. Ang H dyan ay tinatawag nating random variable. At ang nilalaman nito ay tinatawag nating possible values. Mula sa ginawa nating table, ano nga ba ang isang random variable? A random variable is a set whose elements are the numbers assigned to the outcomes of the experiment. Kung inyong matatandaan, hindi na lang naman natin binilang or pinangalanan kung ano-ano ang mga possible outcomes ng ating experiment. But we assigned a number on each outcome. Binilang natin kung ilan ang lumabas na head sa bawat outcome. At yung mga numbers na yon ang naging elements ng ating set or ng random variable natin. A random variable is also denoted by any capital letter such as X, Y, or Z. Let us determine the possible values of the given random variables. Number 1. A is a random variable with elements even numbers between 15 and 30. What are its possible values? We can write it as A equals. What are the even numbers between 15 and 30? Those are 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28. So the possible values of random variable A are 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28. Next, number 2. Random variable B is planets in the solar system. What are the possible values? B equals, what are the planets? We'll start with Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So the possible values of random variable B are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Number 3, random variable C is continents of the world. What are the possible values? C equals Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia, and Antarctica. These are its possible values. Next, number 4. D is a set whose elements are heights of randomly selected adult males in centimeters. So what are the possible values? What could be the height of selected adult males? They are expressed in centimeters, so it can be 140 centimeters. We can have 140.5 or 140.8. We can have 141, 142, or 143, and so on. Last, random variable E is weight of randomly selected senior high school students in kilograms. What could be the possible values? So E in kilograms, it can be, say, 50 kilograms. We can have 50.1, 50.5, or we have 51, 52, or we can have 57, and so on and so forth. So these are the possible values of the given random variables. Now observe the possible values of our given random variables. Random variables A, B, and C have finite or countable possible values, but random variables D and E have infinite or unlimited possible values. Our random variables A, B, and C are called discrete random variable because they have finite, limited, or countable possible values. Whereas random variables D and E are continuous random variable because they have infinite or unlimited possible values. By definition, a discrete random variable is a random variable with finite, limited, or countable possible values. This usually arises from counts, whereas a continuous random variable is a random variable with infinite or unlimited possible values. This usually arises from measurements. Let us classify the following random variables as discrete or continuous. Number 1, random variable K, test of 30 students who took the midterm exam in statistics. Discrete or continuous? It's discrete. Number 2, random variable L, subjects to be taken by a senior high school student. Discrete or continuous? Discrete. Number 3, random variable M, cost of a statistics book in peso. Continuous. Number 4, random variable N, amount of milk a healthy cow can provide in liters. Continuous. And last, number 5, random variable O, Number of enrollees in a college department. Discrete. Let us summarize our discussion. A random variable is a set whose elements are the numbers assigned to the outcome of an experiment. Random variables has two types: discrete random variable and continuous random variable. A discrete random variable has finite, limited, or countable possible values, whereas a continuous random variable has infinite or unlimited possible values.